here. Hey. Hey, Maddie. So I'm making kind of a late breakfast here. I guess kind of a brunch. And I made homemade English muffins, which if you look in the description, recipe is there. But I did all the hard part already because it takes a while to let the dough rise and do all that kind of stuff. So I'm out here cooking them now. I'm going to cook them straight here on the Blackstone. Got it preheating up here at about medium. So we're going to bake some English muffins, and then once they're done baking, we're going to turn them into a nice little breakfast sandwich. So I appreciate y'all joining. I figured I'd go live for a little bit and hang out with y'all. Hey Vincent, how are you? So I'm gonna throw down some butter because you need some grease down for English muffins. The recipe makes quite a few of them. So you just need to be ready. If you follow the recipe that I have in the description there, you'll have English muffins for a while. Which I don't mind, because they're good leftover. So kind of the trick here is low and slow. So I heated the griddle up to medium. That'll help get that kind of crust on it. But I just turned it down to kind of low because you don't want to overcook the crust before the inside has a chance to bake. So, and I've done that before. You end up with a nice crust on the outside and like a mushy inside. We don't want that. We want it nicely baked through. So turn the heat down real low, let them kind of cook there. Should take about 10 minutes on each side. So, you know, may be here for a while. May or may not stay on the live video for the whole time. But anyway, I'm gonna let those kind of cook up. And then we're going to, as they're fresh, we're gonna go ahead and break them open, go ahead and toast them, and then make some breakfast sandwiches. And again, I know it's late. It's like 11 o'clock, almost noon. So, hey Josh, I see you're on here. Hello Rachel. So I appreciate y'all tuning in for a little bit. If you're watching, you should say hello, talk a little bit, makes this a little bit more entertaining. See how you get that crust pretty quick on there? Go ahead and flip these because I don't want them to burn on one side. So, I don't know if you can see, got a nice little crust on one side there. You want that crust on there, but you don't want it to overcook. In fact, I may kind of getting used to this newer griddle with the hood. I may close that and let's see if that helps bake it a little bit. Hey Mike, thanks for tuning in. So, like I said, if you just came on, we're making some English muffins. I'm gonna turn them into some breakfast sandwiches. I put the recipe for the English muffins in the chat box, so you can see them there. Nothing like a good homemade English muffin. They just, you know, they're so warm and they're so fluffy on the inside. It's just 100 times better than buying them at the store. So while you guys are here, you know, if you notice in my shirt, I do have some merchandise that I've designed this shirt. I drew this picture. I designed a few other shirts and things, one of them with my logo for my channel and things like that. There is a Teespring store that I have on my website if you wanted to go check out some products that have the different designs on them. They are available there. That's always good. But what I would want more than anything is, if you haven't already, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's a free way to kind of help me out. That subscription actually helps me out quite a bit, because once I get to over 1,000 followers, which I'm almost there, I've got less than 100 to go, I can start monetizing these videos, start making a little bit of money off that, and it doesn't cost you guys a thing, just a few minutes of time to subscribe to my channel. Ooh, these are looking good. So I got a couple ugly ones on here. So something about this dough, and you can see, I'll show you an ugly one. So you can see how it's kind of not the prettiest right there, right? The thing about this dough is that once you roll it out the first time and you cut your muffins out, you know, you want to keep using the leftover dough, and it doesn't roll out again real well. So you end up with some of these folded ones right like this. So these are my last ones that I made. But I like to use those as testers. So as they cook, I can break them open, see are they done on the inside. You'll notice I made them just a little bit thicker too, which means if they're done, all of them will be done. And this might be going a little quicker than I thought originally. See, look at this one. That's like picture perfect English muffin right there. Look at that. It's beautiful. Nothing like it. So we may break in, because these are cooking pretty quick, we break into a couple of my testers here. So let's see. We'll bust this open. All right, so you see that in there? It's still a little doughy. It's actually starting to get really nicely baked in there, but it is just a little doughy in there. Okay, so these need just a couple more minutes. Okay, but that's not inedible doughy. What I may do is actually break it open, and I'll toast it here on the thing. Let that inside cook just a little more. Close this, and I'm gonna go ahead and start preparing. So to make breakfast sandwiches, it looks like they're going to be ready pretty quick. I did not bring my knife out, so I'm going to go get my knife. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm going to move y'all down here, just so you can see what I'm doing here. So, I got some sausage here. We're going to do a sausage, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich here. So, when I do a breakfast sandwich with the sausage, I like to try to keep the roll of sausage whole, because then I can just slice sausage slices to cook up perfectly on here. So we're going to cut through and get a nice little slice there. And these will shrink up a little bit too. I like to kind of give them a little bit of a smash on there. Gets a little bit of a sear, kind of like a small smash burger. I don't smash them really thin, just, you know, just a little. And I really only have enough eggs for 6 sandwiches but I will go ahead and cook up all the sausage so that maybe I can have some leftovers for tomorrow. Okay, so there's my sausage ready to go. And I'm going to do a couple different kinds of cheese. My wife Justine prefers American cheese. I prefer cheese with a little more flavor, so I'm going to do some cheddar cheese on mine. Put that over here. Alright, so let's check on our muffins. Let's see where they're at. So I've got my one that's toasted up here, so we can taste that one in just a minute. So let's take another ugly one here. Let's bust it open. Oh yeah, we're getting even closer. Even closer. And this one, remember, is thicker than the rest. So light and fluffy. So I think we're getting really, really close. So let's taste test here. I'm telling you, there's nothing like fresh baked bread, fresh baked English muffin. And that's one of the things I love about the Blackstone, is it's so versatile. You can bake on it. I've made biscuits on it. But these are so flavorful. They got that nice crust on the outside, nice and fluffy on the inside. Got those nooks and crannies going on, which will get better as they finish baking there. Close that up again, let them finish up. All right, we're getting close. So, one thing I'm going to do is my egg ring. Normally, I would just crack the egg straight on. If I'm doing just a cracked egg, it's not necessary to even have a ring, but my wife prefers scrambled eggs, so we're going to use the egg ring to get that nice sandwich size scrambled egg going there. Perfect size for the English muffin, and make a perfect little English breakfast sandwich there. A little bit of sausage on it. It's going to be awesome. All right. I'm gonna go grab my eggs, and then we'll get started. It all fell down. What happened? It's like my stand suddenly couldn't support me anymore. I'm using my iPad today because it gives me a little bit more of a viewing area. I can kind of see and keep up with what's going on. So that might be part of the problem there. So again, y'all need to say hello. Y'all need to talk to me. There's only a few of you on here. That's kind of the benefit of going live. You guys can talk. We can hang out. All right, I'm going to say we're probably done here. I'm going to take my last ugly one here and just kind of break it open just to make sure. Oh, yeah, see, we're perfect. This nice big one, see that? Nicely baked all the way through. It's not doughy anymore. See all that steam coming out of there. Oh, it's beautiful. So we are good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these off. Go right back on the pan they started on. Oop, that one got a little overcooked. But these are okay. Again, that's why the heat has to be really low, because the top there. We can munch on that while we cook. All right, so let's get ready for some sausage. Just getting that cornmeal off there from left over from the English muffins. All right, so we're going to throw our bits of sausage on here. And again, I just sliced these straight off of the roll. They are going to be a little bit, if I let them cook like as is, they're going to be a little bit too thick, a little bit too small around for a good breakfast sandwich. So what I like to do is go through with my spatula, again, not like a smash burger, so we're not doing like a, hey Chad from North Carolina, thanks for joining. But we're not going to do like a full-on smash. We're just going to give them a nice, you know, we don't want to like smash burger thin. So a little bit of a smash there, give a nice little bit of a sear. It makes it spread out a little bit, so they'll be a little bit better size. So you can see, giving them that smash, spread them out a little bit. We've got a little bit more width to them, so they'll be better for a sandwich. And that's going to give that sear like we do on the smash burger. And remember, I've got this set to low still. I have not turned the heat back up because the griddle is still plenty hot right now. And I'm about to cook eggs. And the really big secret to cooking eggs is keeping the griddle really low. A lot of people turn the griddle up and they let it heat up too much. And then they throw eggs on there and they're like, the eggs cook so fast. Right, and I don't want to deal with that. I want them to cook just right. I don't want it to be charred. I don't mind a little brown on my egg, but I don't want it to be charred. So we're going to keep it down here at low. We've smashed them on, so they're going to cook pretty quick, pretty easily. Oh yeah, see that? You see the sear on that? Here, just show you. Look at the sear on that. Ah, beautiful. Very similar to a smash. This all cooks up very, very fast. Guess I don't have my spatula out here right now. So I have you guys, just so you know, positioned on the new Blackstone Pro Series prep cart, and I just got, you know, a little over a week ago, or right at about a week ago, this new Pro Series griddle. Right, and so a couple things I'm noticing. Sorry for shaking you all around. A couple things I'm noticing about the new Pro Series griddle is it seems to heat up a lot faster than my old one. I don't know if my old one, because I had it for a couple years, I don't know if it was just starting to get where it didn't heat as much as it used to, or heat as well as it used to, but I could keep it around medium and it wouldn't get so hot. This one still gets pretty hot when it's sitting on medium. Okay, so let's move some of these out of the way here. Make some room for my sausage. Yeah, I just love these. Those of you who just tuned in, we just baked these English muffins on here. They're gorgeous. Love it. Okay, sausage has got a good sear on it. It's looking like it's about done. And you know, just to be safe, I like to bust it out. Oh yeah, that's cooked. It's always nice to cook a tester. Have that extra one sitting there. Plus, gives you a little snack while you continue to cook. Try to get some of the oil off here. Alright, beautiful. Get our tester off here. Use that to kind of test things out. So again, you'll notice I did not have to turn the temperature up. You know, I cooked the English muffins on low so they didn't overcook. And then I threw the sausage right on with it still on low. They cooked perfectly fine. I did not have to put in any, turn up the heat at all, okay? So we're gonna use our egg ring here. Here's the trick with the egg rings, right? And this is something that a lot of people I see complaining about because they say it leaks out, or I see pictures of them, then the eggs leaking out. So the trick is you gotta create seal along the bottom, right? You could do that with spray or with oil, or like I like to use with eggs, you can use butter. And that seal, you just put the littlest bit of butter inside, each one. And that creates like a buttery seal along the bottom. And then you pour your egg in. Again, my temperature's on low. So I have exactly 6 eggs here. Hoping that I can get exactly 6 sandwich size eggs here. That's about right. So there they go. Another trick here, see how they kind of bubble up? Well, these are already scrambled eggs, so it's not a big deal if I break them up, right? So I like to pop those bubbles a little bit, kind of mix them up a little, helps them cook a little bit more. Helps them to not bubble up quite so much. Get them to cook across the top. I'm just going to cover them up. You could even throw in a little water. The water's not necessary, but it does create that steam layer on the top, and it will cook the egg on the top a little bit. So if you're one of those that you have a lot of issues with getting it all the way cooked, maybe you try to flip it too early because the bottom was burning and the top is still raw. So covering them, squirting some water in there, that will help kind of start to cook the top a little better, and then we can flip them. And these won't take long. While those are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and get some of my English muffins busted open here. And we'll get some of that toasted. Because we want the inside of these to be nice and toasty. And they break apart pretty nicely with your hands. Trying to get some of my better looking ones here in the sandwich. Makes for a better picture at the end, you know? everything is on low. Nice. Alright, so I should be able to take this right up, give it a little shake. Prep car has this nice little sink, which is perfect for throwing things like that. Now we can take these, flip them over. You get that nice little bit of light brown on there. I don't mind the brown, but it's not black, it's not charred. And they're perfectly shaped for a sandwich. Throw on some cheese. Again, I really like the cheddar cheese. The rest in my household who like cheap processed stuff, they're going to want American cheese. Throw these on here. I'm trying to move kind of fast because I want to cover this right back up so that the cheese will melt. And again, if you wanted to encourage that melting process to go a little faster, you could squirt just a little bit of water in here. Doesn't take much. All right. So we should be close to being ready to start building. So these are toasting nice and slow, so they're not getting overcooked, which is perfect. Oh yeah, look at that. Not quite ready yet. Give that just another second. Got my sausage ready here. And it's nice and thin. See, it's not that big, thick sausage that I sometimes see some people making. And it's mainly because they just, they don't smash it down. It's just kind of the secret, I think. Cut them into the rings and then smash them down a little bit, get that sear. Man, it's so good. I buy the country style sausage. I really like that. It's perfect for breakfast. All right. You should be ready. Oh yeah, perfect. I'm gonna flip over my muffin bottoms here. We're going to throw an egg on each one. No, could put the sausage on first. Let's try that. Doesn't really matter what order it goes on. Some people think it does. There's the sausage. These are built. These are mine with the cheddar cheese. Alright. Stack them up here. Set it right over here. Alright, I'll show you the final product here in just a second. Man, there is no reason to go to any fast food place when you have a Blackstone, because you can make it yourself at home. It doesn't take long. By the time I drove to pick up breakfast, I could have just made it here. So look at that. It's beautiful. And it's just the right amount of sausage, nice sized egg, got that melty cheese on there, beautiful homemade English muffin toasted up on there. So let's give it a try. There's so much more flavor than when you do fast food. Because the egg, first off, is just better. Fast food egg doesn't taste like anything. It's more or less a vessel for cheese. And then you got this homemade English muffin, which just has so much more flavor, so much fluffier, so good. So I find the English muffins at fast food places, or even store-bought, can get kind of rubbery, almost hard to chew through. But this, it's perfect. Falls right apart, pulls apart nicely. Look at that. It's awesome. All right, so once again, let's go ahead and give the plug. If you check out my Teespring store, the link is on my page. It's in the description of all my videos on YouTube. I've got some shirts like this. Here's Teddy Roosevelt cooking. I've got some with my logos on them and things like that. All of these were drawn by me, designed by me. So kind of support me if you buy anything off there, which I appreciate. But if you want to just support me for free, all you got to do is go to my YouTube channel and just make sure you hit subscribe, which means if you don't have a YouTube account, you may have to sign up, but that really does help me out a lot. The more subscriptions I get, the closer I can get to maybe monetizing this and actually maybe one day making some money off of it, which I would appreciate. All right, so thank y'all. Until next time, appreciate you hanging out with me.